Let's watch the offense here. This is going to be a tough one for the boys. First play of the game, under center play action pass, and you're just never safe. I mean, he's got him right here. He's already got him beat. He can take the shot. He ends up taking the check down. But you're just never safe with this team. You don't know at any point Ben's going to dial one up. And then you start just talking about what's their bread and butter, what makes them go. You talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown, you talk about Reynolds, you talk about Jared Goff, you talk about Montgomery. That offensive line is nasty. They are absolutely nasty. I really do. I think they're number 2 statistically in a couple different things. But I don't think that there's a better offensive line in the league right now. I don't think there's a better offensive line coach in the league right now. They're doing some things that are special. I mean, just always get knocked off the ball. There's always a running lane. You fall forward for 6. You just fall forward for 6. You see the left guard, left tackle there. I mean, it's clinic. It's just, I love when I'm writing notes for my guys and they just do something perfect. I just write, man, that's clinic. Like, I want to put that on a clinic tape. And they've got clinic tape stuff in game all the time. It's amazing. So, they're going to bring the backer here. And so they're going to slant underneath. And they think, oh, we're going to be real cute. We're going to slant outside. We're going to drop this defensive end. And he's just going to catch one because he's just going to run a Penei Sewell. I mean, watch. They're just elite executors. So Frank Ragnow ends up taking the 3 technique. You see this. He falls into the 3. 60, was that Graham Glasgow? Who's probably the only guy on the line. You're like, man, I think Kenny Clark can exploit him one-on-one if he gets some pass pro opportunities. But they get this defensive end on roller skates. That's absolute roller skates. He can be 10 yards downfield by the time this play is over. Fullback takes care of the Jack Sanborn, the linebacker for the Bears, out the gate, right? And you guys will go, oh, it's not a 50-yard run. Dude, these are the demoralizing runs. These are the runs that hurt your feelings. Because you didn't miss any blocks, or you didn't miss any tackles. Like, you didn't do something. You just got your ass kicked for an 8-yard gain. You see, they can probably tell they're slanting. And this is what I think that has turned Sewell into an elite player. But really, when you talk about all these guys, they can tell he's slanting. Like, I can tell right now that defensive end slanting. He's tight. His stance dictates it. They have a man outside. And so he waits on him here. 1-2, and just wait. And now it's go time. Like, oh, I got you locked up and I got backside help. It's go time now. And it's just too easy for these guys. You know, it's the execution, the details of the execution that make these guys so special. Another double comes off, just absolutely manhandles the Bears linebacker, the ex-Bill. Sewell's playing really, really high-level ball right now. Now, this play worked last week. The Lions run it. The Chargers ran this against us, right? They're going to pull around. They're going to single block on the play side and run a weak side gap. And both guys lose, right? Got 95 coming off there late for a 4-yard gain. But they're going to see that. They're going to see that against the Green Bay Packers and go, we got a chance here. Now, we talk about miscues. They had 3 picks last week. How are they getting picked? Well, part of it's look, down here on the 40, we know that this guy gets hit, but Goff gets lit up a little bit here, right? He gets heated up. He's thrown under duress. I'm not sure the linebacker's not making this play if this ball doesn't get whoppled anyways. You see Sewell's got to come back in. He's got a hand in his face. Got to make a quick decision. And this is what you want. That's kind of been always the thing with Goff, but really all these quarterbacks is, can they find the right solution immediately? You know, Kurt Warner always says, I spent so much time thinking about my hot routes. You know, I knew I knew the playbook, I knew the defense, but then I just thought and studied my hot routes. I had to have the answer like that. And it looked like last week a little bit when he got heated up, maybe it wasn't always a hot route, but, you know, pressure does equal picks. We get Taylor Decker, excuse me. And he pump fakes this ball, throws off his back foot, and throws a pick. So it's not impossible to heat these guys up as good as they are up front. It's not impossible to put Jared Goff in a precarious position. But because they run so much under center play action, because they do all these other things from the run game, right? Part of it's you just got to be aggressive and win your 1v1 matchups, and then you're gonna have to make some really strategic calls, I think, in the dog and blitz game. This could have been another pick. This could have been a pick six. This is probably his worst throw of the day. I mean, linebacker just pushed it right off. He knows it. He knows that was it. That was the one you wanted. Now, this is what they do so well. They identify the coverage and they just have people in place. The guy in the hash is running on the hash to hold the defender on the 33. They know the deep third defender is going to play 5 yards off. He's going to keep backpedaling. He's not going to let him close the cushion. And they know the flat defender is going to stick to the flat player, the arrow route on the 24-yard line. So what do? They run the same thing the Green Bay Packers run, but they're running it just a little bit deeper. So they're running this at 12 instead of 8. Same concept. Goes up to 12 instead of 8. Same concept here. Saw it earlier. From the Bears. Now what happens? The slot receiver crosses the face of the safety. And so up top, they have all the room they want. Now they get a PI here. It's incomplete pass, but they get the flag. But the point is, there's a difference in execution between top teams, right? They're running the same concept against the team that just ran it against them in the same game. The difference being the slot receiver does his job. So now the outside receiver can really have a true 1v1. I think this kid's the next Kittle. He just doesn't blink when it comes to blocking. He's from Iowa, obviously. Super athletic. Has all those yards and all the numbers and all that stuff. But I just love what he's contributing in the running. I think in the running game, it changes their offense. And he's not perfect or anything. Oh, look at this. You want to talk about execution. This is the backside tackle. This is like, guys, listen. If you don't like watching O-line, this is like football porn for me. So we're going to watch a little bit of this. Backside tackle 68 catches up with Sanborn here. Not Sanborn, sorry. Safety keeps running and gets all the way over. He's leading the charge from the backside. Look at that. Unbelievable. It's like they've bought in, they believe, they've been taught how to do it, right? They know how to execute. Creative wrinkles. So everyone's running the inside trap right now. They're running it out of shotgun, right? They're running out of near or far, which means the running back's lined up on your side, and they'll just run this quick trap. Okay? They get creative. They go empty, and they just do a quick flip. So it's like the old 17 stutter that we used to run with Amon, but they're doing it with a quick trap, so they're going to go inside. So it's like a, I don't know, what do they call it? Like 31 stutter. They got zone man beater. So interesting here, instead of going bunch like everybody else, they motion the back in, but they don't motion a bunch. They motion him out. So he's about halfway through. He's on the hash. Why? Because of spacing. Because now they know exactly what they have. They know they're in zone. And because they're in zone, they know that the outside receiver is going to be open because they have outside leverage on the two defenders on the bottom of the screen. They know that the running back the flat defender is going to be most likely is going to end up being followed by the linebacker, step out. And then they know that safety is 15 yards deep. So what happens? Linebacker steps out just like they thought. They throw it right between the hashes. Easy 10-yard completion. Now, difference in screen game execution from last week. Last week, A.J. Dillon's in the screen game, and they want to exit in the A gap or B gap, and he runs right by the linebacker. Now, Gibbs bubbles out because the linebacker shows up 53 blitzes. And so this looks like it's timed perfectly when it's literally just the difference of how your running back gets to the party. He's out, they throw it, easy, and then they got one guy out. They don't really need anybody out to get the job done here. So good dial-up call. I don't know if they called that on the line of scrimmage. Well, he got folded right there, huh? You got to finish that block. Jesus. And this thing about the Lions versus the Lions of old, got to have it place. Like they need one here. They got to put some points on the board. I think there's 4 minutes left in the game. They go Twins up top. Send the trips up top. Excuse me. Send the tight into the flat. And what happens? They just got a great play call here, where they can get the sail route at the 20 or the 17-yard line to hold the corner just for a sec, and we have leverage on the safety. And Goff was drafted first or second in the draft because he could throw dimes. Like arm strength was never an issue, right? So the guy's got a cannon. Let it rip. Go and catch. I mean, that's wide open in the National Football League. You see the double team again from the right guard and the right tackle. It's just like a tidal wave continually coming. If we don't figure out how to get the linebacker onto the tackle or guard early, there's a really good chance that our defensive tackles look just like this. Sorry, that's center right guard. My apologies to Frank Ragnow.